Hi, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm super excited about this week's coaching video. Now, I do have to say this. I don't have a travel video for you guys this week, so you will get two coaching videos this week. So the first one, today I want to talk about 4 signs that it's time to let go of a relationship. And if you recall last week, I talked about letting go, but that was more or less letting go of things. This time we're talking about when to let go of a relationship. So relationships require time, they require money, emotional energy, they require so much, you guys. So the more you invest in a relationship, the more it shapes your choices and ultimately your life. When you have so much invested, it can be hard to let go because of things like worrying about how the kids will take it, wondering if you really did your best to work things out, or the fear of being alone. And to be honest with you, I think a lot of times we have that fear of being alone, and that's why we don't want to let go of relationships. But I'm here to tell you, you don't ever have to worry about being alone. Like me, I don't, if I weren't in a relationship, that wouldn't bother me because I always have people around me. So I very rarely am alone. Right now I'm alone because nobody's in the house, which is why I'm trying to get my videos done. But I never worry about being alone because I always have people around me when I'm at work, when I'm at church, when I'm at home. You know what I'm saying? So stop letting that fear of being alone keep you in relationships that you know you need to walk away from. So when relationships fall apart, sometimes there is no way to fix them. And we'll find a way, won't we, y'all? We will try to find a way, but sometimes there's just no way to do that, especially depending on the type of damage that has been done. Cheating, you can sometimes forgive, y'all. Sometimes. Yeah, and that's a hard one, but sometimes you can forgive that. But if a child comes out of that cheating relationship, it's a no-go for me. I'm sorry. It is a no-go because I would never tell a man he can't have a relationship with his child. I would never do that. But by the same token, I would not necessarily want this child around. And I love kids, y'all. I love kids. Let me be honest with you. And that child probably would melt my little heart. But you bring a child into this, it's a done deal. I might be able to forgive you for cheating, but not when a child is in the equation. I can't. But that choice is strictly up to you. I can't speak for you. I'm just telling you about what I would do. So let's talk about 4 signs that it's time to let go of a relationship. Number 1, when the goodness in the relationship is gone. Okay, goodness is what holds relationships together. It is the kindness and goodwill toward each other that holds a relationship together. It's being on a partner's side even when they're wrong. It's the willingness to forgive the flaws and mistakes and to tolerate annoying habits. It's the support, the admiration, the respect, the dedication, and the commitment that you have for one another. The goodness doesn't generally disappear overnight, and it really doesn't. It is a process that happens over time. You may start to show chronic irritability. Everything that person does or says gets on your nerves. Anger. You start to distance yourself. You become mean towards this person, and then a lack of respect of any kind. Unfortunately, once the goodness fades, there has generally been so much hurt in the relationship that it's hard to get it back. Been down that road, and I can tell you from personal experience that is exactly what I experienced in a relationship that I was in. I told you about for 9 years. I experienced all of that, and I said, Michelle, you know what? It's time to go, sweetie, because yes, you love this man's kids, but it's time to let it go because I just, everything he did at that point just got on my nerves. I couldn't stand the sight of him, to be honest with you. But again, I can say at that time I was afraid of being alone because we did everything together, and I realized that walking away from that relationship, I wouldn't have those, experiences anymore. But honey, let that go. Number 2, you are being disrespected. This is a big no-no for me. I'm going to tell you what you won't do. You will not disrespect me. I don't believe in disrespecting people, and you will not disrespect me. When we get to that point, it's time to go because one of us is going to end up getting into some trouble. And I would rather move on so that I don't. So respect is one of the most important aspects of any relationship. Y'all hear me? It is the most important aspect of any relationship. It's right above trust. So you have, let me put my pen down. You have trust right here, but you have respect that's right here. Okay? Because you can't trust someone who disrespects you. The way someone treats you ultimately tells you about his or her character and his or her true feelings about you. Disrespect comes in many forms, and you may not always fully recognize it on the surface, but you will feel it in your heart, okay? So you have to know when that man or that woman is disrespecting you, and then when that happens, you call them on it. If it doesn't change, move on. Number 3, you are trying too hard. When a relationship starts to fall apart, it can feel like one person is doing all the work to hold it together. The person doing all the work can become resentful, and the person on the receiving end can become more and more complacent. Again, been there, done that. If you feel you've been doing most of the work in your relationship lately, take a big step back and see what happens. If your partner starts to pick up the slack and comes towards you, then the possibility of realigning the energy still exists. However, if you step back and your partner gets angry or continues to drift further away, then chances are he or she won't be coming back. And it's time for you to move on. And number 4, last but not least, it's all about the other person. While every relationship is different, both people should generally feel there is room for them to grow and develop, and to feel their individual dreams and goals in life matter. They should feel there is space for their interests to be included in the relationship, and that there is enough opportunity for each of their needs to be met. Relationships that are unbalanced in this respect tend to revolve around one person. Can't really say I've ever been in a relationship like that. If you feel like your relationship is all about the other person, try creating some space for yourself and being vocal about your needs. That's the thing. You guys, you have to speak up and say something. And I know I've been down that road where you don't want to say anything because you don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to start an argument. Honey, forget that. I'm going to say something, because I will not be treated as a second-class citizen in my relationship. Let me get back on script. If your partner gets upset or isn't responsive, then it's likely that you may have to move on. If you vocalize how you feel and that person gets in their feelings because you're talking about how you feel, honey, move on, because you don't need that. You just don't. So here's my closing thought. Saying goodbye is never easy. But maintaining your self-respect and dignity is key to your mental well-being, and sometimes letting go is the best thing that you can do for yourself. Know that when you take care of you, you are putting yourself in the best possible position to be in a happy, healthy, and fulfilling relationship, and hopefully it's just a matter of time before you find one. Stop settling for second best. Period. Period, period, period. There's a period. Some of y'all keep trying to put a comma after that. Stop settling for second best. Put a period right there, because you don't need that. You don't need that in your life. You deserve someone that wants you for you. I deserve someone that wants me for me. And I always tell people, to know me is to love me. Because you know what, at this point in time in my life, I ain't making too many changes. Now I can compromise on some things, but I'm not going to make too many major changes. So to know me is to love me. And I just feel like I have spent a great deal, not a great deal, but some parts of my life dealing in relationships where I knew for a fact that relationship really wasn't going anywhere, and I needed to let it go. But I kept trying. I'm that person. I try to see the good in everything and everybody. And as I get older, I'm learning that, Michelle, you've got to stop doing that, because then you end up staying in relationships where you really should have let them go a long time ago. So let me do a quick recap, and I promise I'll let you be. Today I talked about 4 signs that it's time to let go of your relationship. Number 1, when the goodness in the relationship is gone. Number 2, you're being disrespected. Y'all, that's a no-no from me. Let me move on. Number 3, you're trying too hard. If you're trying too hard to hold on to that relationship and that person isn't, let it go. And number 4, it's all about the other person. See, when it becomes all about you, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem, because I'm never going to make it all about me. I want to make it all about us. Yes, there are times when you have to put yourself first, but it shouldn't be all the time. And then we had a closing thought where I said saying goodbye is never easy, but maintaining your self-respect and dignity is key to your mental well-being, and sometimes letting go is the best thing that you can do for yourself, because it allows you to put yourself in a position so that you can meet someone that's going to give you the desires of your heart. And I'm not talking about financial things or material things. I'm talking about give you what you need, that love, that respect, you know, that sharing, that building, and all that other good stuff. So that's all I have, you guys. I want to say thank you so much to my newest subscribers. I want to say thank you so much to those who continue to support me in all that I do. I love you all to the moon and back, and I need you to really look at your relationships. And if it's time to let go, honey, don't be afraid. Let go. Let go. And you know what? Let go and let God, because God will send you on the person that really needs to be in your life. That's all I have. You all know you can always reach out to me. I'll leave my contact information below, and you can always reach out to me if you need to. I love you guys to the moon and back, and we'll talk again soon. Until then, take care.